I'm pretty sure we have all seen channels like Fern completely blow up on YouTube and generate millions of views, earning them in some cases over $50,000 per month. Now, these types of videos require some pretty decent animation skills to create and would most likely take you years to learn and months to create on your own. What if I told you that I finally cracked the code and found a way to create them with AI completely for free and in no time? And in this video, I'm going to give you the exact strategy on finally creating a YouTube channel that is actually high quality and doesn't scream AI. Now, before we get into the visuals and creating the video part, we will first have to understand the strategy behind the channel. Fern's videos always cover topics that grab attention, but as you know, guessing what works takes time. And for that reason, I trained a custom GPT on their channel and others like it, so we don't have to guess. After feeding it hundreds of scripts and topics, it learned exactly what performs well in this niche. With that said, I came up with this exact prompt for it to give me some decent video ideas that will garner millions of views. The GPT spits out a list of trending topics instantly. For this example, it suggested one about the teen hackers who embarrassed the CIA. The AI picked this because hacking stories and big heists perform consistently well in the 3D animation space. Other options included topics about hidden ancient technologies and other mysterious theories, all proven concepts with built-in audiences. Once we pick the teen hackers title, we will then instruct ChatGPT with this exact prompt to give us a script that is nearly identical to the ones that Fern uses, based on the way they are written. The key is matching Fern's storytelling style precisely. Their videos always start with an immediate hook, build tension through the middle, and end with an open question. The GPT replicates this by structuring the script with precise pacing. No long introductions, just 30 seconds to grab attention before the first big reveal. As we can see, it gave us a nearly identical script that if I were to put Fern's voice over it, you wouldn't even understand that it was AI written. Now that we have a script in our hands, we are missing a crucial part, which is coming up with what each scene on the video must show. I would be pretty dumb if I were to think about every single scene on an 8-minute long video. So for that reason, ChatGPT will do the hard work for me with this exact prompt that I will give it. Now, the next step from here would be telling ChatGPT to continue by giving me image prompts for each scene so we can use them in Leonardo AI later on. Fern doesn't just use 3D characters. He uses a polygonal type of look on all of his videos, so generating such images requires some intermediate prompting. With the script done and all image prompts ready, we've already done what would take hours manually in about 5 minutes. ChatGPT handles the creative heavy lifting so we can focus on production and of course making some juicy cash. Now that we have our roadmap, we can move to the next step. The image prompts are waiting and we'll use them to build the actual 3D scenes without any complex software by using, you guessed it, ChatGPT. The script tells us exactly what visuals we need to create, so let's start making them. I tested dozens of AI image tools before finding a method that nails Fern's signature polygonal look every time. You don't need complex prompts, just copy and paste our proven prompt from the link in the description and use ChatGPT's 4.0 model for better looking images. First, take the exact image descriptions from the GPT script we generated earlier. For our teen hackers example, the first scene calls for a tense, moody office at night. A middle-aged man in a suit sits behind a desk, looking confused at an old-fashioned ringing landline phone. Plug that into ChatGPT with this exact template and let the magic begin. The key is locking in the low poly and 3D render style phrases. Without those, you get normal-looking images instead of the distinct geometric shapes Fern uses. I ran tests where I changed just one word, and suddenly the images looked flat or cartoonish. Stick to the template and you'll get consistent results scene after scene. We now have all the raw visuals for a full video. Each image matches the 3D polygonal style perfectly because we forced the AI to follow strict rules instead of letting it guess. The colors pop against dark backgrounds, edges have that distinct geometric look, and lighting stays dramatic just like in Fern's videos. So now that we have generated every photo necessary, it will be time to transform them into animations using another great tool called Leonardo AI. So go on and download each photo to your computer one by one. This entire process takes about 10 minutes from copying the prompts to downloading the final images. No Photoshop, no Blender tutorials, just AI doing exactly what we tell it. Leonardo AI's motion feature turns them into smooth animations with zero manual work, and I'll show you the exact settings that mimic professional 3D camera movements. Fern's videos stand out because of their smooth animations, not just the 3D style. Still, images won't hold attention the same way. For that that reason, Leonardo AI's motion tool fixes this by adding camera movements that look professional, not like cheap slideshows. First, go to Leonardo AI and click on video. Then upload the image that we already created and paste the same prompt that we already used to generate previously. On the settings part, I use the Motion 2.0 model, and in the motion control feature, click on dolly left, as from my experience will give us the closest look to that of Fern's. Next, set the video dimensions to 16:9 and resolution to 720, as this matches YouTube's standard format and ensures nothing gets cropped weirdly. Now go on and hit generate and wait for the magic to happen. Each animation takes about 90 seconds to render, and you'll get a 3-second clip per image. For longer scenes, generate 2 animations of the same image with slightly different motions, then stitch them together later in editing. The shadows and lighting stay consistent because we're using identical source images every time. Some frames might need tweaking. If a foreground object blocks too much of the shot, regenerate with adjusted composition added to the prompt. Once all scenes are animated, download them as MP4s and keep them in an organized folder to match your script order. If you truly think about it, this would have cost you thousands of dollars to create, but we literally did it all completely for free with the help of AI. The last detail is sound design, but we'll add that after voiceover. Right now, we have all the visuals ready with every movement serving the story, just like in high-budget channels. The difference between a static slideshow and Fern's content comes down to these camera movements, and now that we've nailed them, the video already looks 80% done. Next, we'll match that quality with voiceover. The right narration turns these clips into a story, and AI can replicate Fern's exact tone without any recording equipment. Fern's narration pulls you in with that smooth, engaging delivery. Here's how to replicate it exactly using AI without needing to spend a single dollar. First, open 11 Labs and select their voice cloning feature. You'll need a sample of the voice you want to copy. I found a 30-second clip from a trending channel in the same niche, which gives the AI enough to work with while keeping it legal. The system analyzes the clip's tone, pacing, and inflections to create a digital replica. Next, paste your GPT-generated script into 11 Labs text box. The teen hacker script we made earlier has the perfect structure, but raw text often sounds robotic. Fix this by adding some commas to create natural pauses between phrases. Those small changes make the AI deliver it with the right dramatic weight. Now tweak the voice parameters. Under stability, set it to 35% for consistency without sounding monotone. Clarity stays at 70%, which is high enough for crisp diction, but still natural. Generate a test clip to check the pacing. Our first attempt ran too fast, so I added 2 extra commas to slow it down. I would suggest you to compare multiple voice options before finalizing, as it will give more options for the final video before starting the editing. If the script is too long for it to fit in one go, simply split it into 2 parts and download the voiceover separately. Now we have animated scenes and a polished voiceover ready for editing. The last piece is combining them with the right transitions, background music, and final tweaks to match Fern's slick production style. For that, we will use CapCut, which I found is the best and most user-friendly for beginners to use. Open CapCut and create a new 16:9 project matching your animation dimensions. Import your Leonardo AI video clips and 11 Labs voiceover files first. These form the core timeline. Drag the voiceover track to the bottom layer so it stays anchored while you arrange visuals above it. Use the razor tool to cut out dead air in the narration to not let the viewers get bored. Next, align the animations that created to the voiceover, place each scene above the corresponding narration segment. If a clip runs longer than the audio, use CapCut's speed duration tool to shorten it by looking at the top or right side menu. You'll see an option labeled Speed. Never stretch clips slower as it will make movement look sluggish. Motion graphics boost production value and will mostly help you become a more legit looking channel. Sites like paperanimator.com lets you generate text animations in seconds. We created a 2015 year transition for our timeline segment, which only took like 3 clicks and dragged directly into CapCut. Next, you will want to add basic transitions sparingly, as Fern uses mostly straight cuts with occasional cross dissolve. As you can see, we added dissolves only between major scene changes. As for the editing part, I think this is as good as things can get, with the only thing remaining being sound design for our video. Sound design will complete the package and easily give us a head start when it comes to other channels, as music and sound effects play a massive role in average view duration. Go to Pixabay and search for music that matches your video by writing some simple keywords. Then download it and simply place it under the voiceover. Keyframe the volume to duck 30% during speech so it doesn't distract the viewers while watching the video. With that also coming to an end, congratulations, as you finally have a Fern-style video completely generated with AI. Judging by how easy and quickly we did this, you could be creating so many videos with this exact formula and outcompete 80% of people in the niche. Now, go on and click on export and use the settings that I am showing you. Then, wait for the video to render and go ahead and upload it to YouTube with the title that ChatGPT gave us earlier. Before publishing though, there's one critical step most creators miss that determines whether anyone actually sees your video. YouTube's algorithm automatically filters new channels, even with perfect content, unless you understand how shadow banning works. YouTube's algorithm doesn't treat all channels equally. Even if you've made the perfect video, your new channel might get stuck with 0 views because of shadow banning. Here's how it works. YouTube favors accounts that already have watch history and engagement. New channels often get flagged as untrustworthy, so the algorithm buries their content no matter how good it is. You could publish identical videos on a new channel and an old one. The old channel will outperform every time. Channels created before 2009 have automatic trust built into YouTube's system. They need around half the watch time of a new channel to trigger recommendations. For example, an aged channel might only need 500 hours of watch time to start ranking, while a new one could require 3 times that. This is why so many creators hit a wall early on. They're fighting an algorithm designed to favor established players. Here's how to check if you're shadow banned. Upload your first video with a clear title like the one we will be using. If it gets under 50 impressions in 48 hours despite solid CTR, your channel is likely restricted. Another red flag is when your videos never appear in search results for exact match keywords. You might also notice your audience retention graphs drop off a cliff after a few seconds. That's the algorithm cutting off your reach. The solution is using aged YouTube channels. I work with a supplier who finds channels created between 2006 and 2009 that already have watch time history. These accounts skip the shadow ban phase because YouTube sees them as verified entities. When you upload to one, your videos get immediate distribution. A friend of mine switched to a 2008 channel and his views increased 400% overnight with the same content. You can find these channels through resellers, and lucky for you, I've tested multiple of them and have left a link down below for you to also use an aged account. This strategy isn't cheating the system, it's working with how YouTube's algorithm is designed. The platform rewards trust signals, and aged channels have those baked in. Don't get me wrong, your content still needs to be good, but now it actually gets seen. I've seen creators go from 100 views to 100,000 just by switching to an older account with the exact same videos. With that coming to an end, I'd like to congratulate you on your first AI channel. In today's era, you've got the AI tools to find viral topics, generate 3D animations, and even clone professional voiceovers. No experience required, just think about how crazy this is. Anyways, I hope you take this matter into your hands seriously and start printing from this literal gold rush. See you next time.